Jump up, viewers! I'm Caracal, and welcome to the 2.5K subscriber special. I know this video is just slightly behind schedule, but with so many things to do for the rewind, it's just been pushed back. So you guys can stop leaving comments telling me to hurry up now. Before I get to the answers, let's just review all of the questions so you can get a better sense of what you could have missed along the way. This quiz was scored out of 40 points, and there were certain sections that I had to regrade, so I'm going to basically explain all of that as best as I can. I hope you learned something in the process. First section is math. I really hope nobody missed the first question. 10 minus 5 is 5. Therefore, AR has 5 more weapon skins. That's all you had to do. Don't overthink the question. Alright, question 2. This is a bit of math vocabulary. The mean tells you the average. A lot of responses chose the most frequent value of a data set, and that's not the right answer. That's because that answer choice is defining the mode. Number 3. We can use the process of elimination to rule out the others. The percent of energy shields that won't be deployed is 25%, and the percent deployed is 75%. The amount of energy shields not deployed would be 10, leaving C as the final answer. Number 4. There are 43,200 minutes in September. 100,000 divided by 43,200 equals 2.3148, with 148 repeating indefinitely, which rounded to the nearest tenth is 2.3 visits per minute. I gave points to anyone that got somewhat close to that, even if you didn't follow my directions. Number 5. Given the starting KD, we know that Doxkey has died 145 times. If we increase the deaths by 21, it would equal 166. Then, you can find out that Doxkey would have to get 59 kills to increase his KD ratio to a 3.5. If you got 58 or 60, I probably also gave you the point. Question 6. You have to multiply 11 over 23 by 3 over 22 to get 33 over 506, or simplified to 3 over 46. Question 7. This question has to be interpreted as a Pythagorean theorem question. Basically, given a right triangle, if you square two of the sides that touch the right angle and add them together, you'll end up with a side that doesn't touch the right angle squared. If you don't understand what I just said, watch a video on YouTube. It's not a difficult concept to understand. Number 8. First add 600 and 150 together. Then convert the pounds to kilograms. That would equal about 340.194. Then, you multiply 34.0194 by 40 to get 1,360.80. It's a bit difficult, but just pay attention and you can still earn this point. 9. First we need to figure out what this question asks. It's basically asking for the total volume of the frag and mine. Using volume equations, which I'm not going to explain, and leave that on your own to figure out, we get an answer of 133 or 134 when rounded to the nearest whole number. As long as you plugged in the right values to the formulas, those should be the right answers. Alright, final math question, 10. 3 hours equals 180 minutes. 180 divided by 45 equals 4, and 180 divided by 15 equals 12. 12 plus 4 equals 16 total weapon skins. Science answers. Number 1. Blood Mound best represents Mars because of its orange-red color. Also, the other planets wouldn't have a solid and rocky surface. Question 2 refers specifically to the genes of humans, plants, and animals. A lot of people didn't read the question carefully enough and chose biologist as an answer. It's not technically wrong, but biology is too general of a profession, and there was a better answer choice. Number 3 is a Google search question. If you didn't search it up and randomly guessed, I applaud you for not cheating. But either way, 37.2 trillion was the correct answer. Number 4 is a moraine. A moraine is a mass of rocks and sediment carried down and deposited by a glacier. Number 5. Chlorophyll and chloroplasts are a complex green pigment found in plants that makes them green. 6. Helicopters are primarily made of the elements of aluminum, titanium, nickel, and carbon. A lot of people chose metal as an answer, which is not a specific element from the periodic table. A lot of others chose iron, which would be too heavy to be primarily used to make a helicopter. 7. A thermal releases fire, and fire is in the plasma state of matter. Plasma is also the most common state of matter, as stars are quite gigantic. 8. Lava cooling forms igneous rocks. I also accepted specific kinds of igneous rocks, like if you typed obsidian. You Minecraft players. Number 9 is an ecosystem question. Recognize that a hacker would beat a pro would beat a casual player, and so on. This is an example of a food chain, basically describing how one species would eat another, like how rabbits eat grass and snakes eat rabbits. 10. Continental drift states that all of the continents were joined together as one large mass of land. Then the land spread apart and drifted into their current positions. Next up is history. Number 1 is common sense. Obviously, snowfall would most likely be like Antarctica. Number 2. This game represents World War II, based on the teams. While the Pacific War was a part of World War II, it wasn't the whole game/war, which was why it wasn't the right answer. Number 3. Christopher Columbus completed his journey across the Atlantic Ocean and landed in the New World in 1492. 4. The name of the ocean liner was the RMS Titanic. It sank after hitting an iceberg in the Atlantic Ocean on April 15, 1912. 5. The largest ocean in the world is the Pacific Ocean. 6. The Industrial Revolution was a period of technological and scientific development that transformed societies from agrarian to industrial. 7. The wheel, maps, math, and irrigation were all founded in the civilization of Mesopotamia. I also took Sumerians as an answer. 8 is referring to Alexander the Great. It's either one you would know or one you wouldn't. But most of you got this right. 9. The Great Wall of China was the wonder of the world that was built for defense, and the Colossus of Rhodes was an ancient wonder of the world built to celebrate the defense of Rhodes against an attack by Demetrius. Colossus of Rhodes does not count because I specified the wonders of the world, not ancient wonders of the world. 10 was hard primarily because of how it was phrased, but it refers to the Renaissance, a period of reformation in Europe after the Dark Ages. Reading is the final section. Question 1. Attract and accept are antonyms, and wraith is unrelated, leaving repel as the final answer. Number 2. The sentence was a simile because it compared two unrelated topics. It could be personification and illusion, since it's a toad that has human-like qualities. It was also illusion because the sentence was alluding to Star Wars and the horrible aim of the stormtroopers. This shows that Sniper Toad has really bad aim, like in Repulse. Sorry, I randomly picked someone as an example. This was not meant to offend anyone. 3 is based on common sense. The story involves Martian colonization and a literal empire on Mars. So it couldn't have happened in the past, and definitely not in 2034. So 2652 is the only plausible answer. Numbers 4 to 10 are all based on how well you interpreted the text, and while I could go over those, they were rather straightforward and based on how well you could understand English. By the way, this excerpt came straight from Doxkey, and it was written entirely by him. So this is actually Repul's lore if you were interested and still watching. The extra credit ended up being the major tiebreaker in this quiz. I gave a lot of extra credit points to anyone who put in a lot of effort. The answers varied a lot, but question 2 involved the order of everything, and all you had to do was use the changelog, or be an OG player. Either way, it was extra credit, so it was going to be extra difficult to do. I'm also not revealing these answers, so that anyone who decides to do the quiz again can have some fun. They won't be graded, but they were all open-ended anyways. Alright, now for the moment you've all been waiting for. The results. Remember, I'm giving out one broadcaster helmet for every 10 responses. Now, 49 responses came in, but out of those, a lot of them only got 10 points or less. I have a feeling some people did this without putting in effort, so we have to make a choice. I'll add a community poll later to see if we should increase the number of winners, but at the moment, I'm giving out 3 helmets. That's because there were 27 responses that got above 10 points right, and I'm generous enough to round that up and give out 3. The third place winner was Amateuramer with 41.5 points. The second place winner was Killing You with 45 points. And the first place winner was Best Guest. Thanks to all for taking the quiz. And I'll make sure Doxkey updates your accounts as soon as I can. I know this wasn't the most fair way to celebrate 2.5k subscribers, but if you were observant enough and saw that I was giving out helmets in my About page, maybe you would have tried a bit harder. This was a test to see who would really be loyal or dedicated enough to work for the helmet if you don't have the ability to make a YouTube or Discord account and show your skills there. I might do another one of these when I hit 7.5k subscribers, so always be on the lookout. Anyways, this video has been long enough already, and I need to get back to working on the rewind, so I'm going to end this video here. Thanks to all for participating, but for now, this has been Caracal signing out. Until next time.